Hello everyone and welcome to today's video. Today we are going to be making a cute little envelope cluster out of some scrap paper that I have left over from last year's Christmas. I know it's a little bit early for Christmas stuff. Well, for some of it's a little bit early, but I just thought that this would be super cute to add into some of your Christmas cards, especially if you're doing a swap within a group. So I do a little work with Mustard Seed Faith, and they're having a Christmas card swap again this year. So I wanted to create a little something to go inside of it. And I was inspired by this other video that was making these super cute little envelope clusters. I will show you an example of one that I made in my Thanksgiving journal here. Here it is. And so it flips here and you have a little envelope, and it flips here and you have an envelope, and it flips here and you have an envelope. And also if you only glue right here, then you wind up with a pocket right here as well. So now if you're putting them into a card, I'm going to leave mine loose so that they can take them out of the card and put them in something that they want. But if you're putting them into a journal, a Christmas journal or something like that, then you can definitely glue just the sides and the bottom and create a pocket. So if you are new here, I am Amy with Growing Your Faith, and it is my dream, my goal to have women everywhere digging into God's Word and drawing closer to Him through their time spent with Him. So I'll use this one. Actually, I like this one too, but I don't really want that on the other side. So you're gonna need some scrap paper for this. So I'm gonna post the link in the description down below where I originally saw this idea. And I actually loved this idea, but the only thing with this is that a lot of people are going to use an envelope, one of those envelope maker things. So I have one on the back of here, but for the sizes that we will be using, this wouldn't work. And I don't have one of the fancy ones, and I thought maybe you didn't either. And so whenever I made my envelopes, I actually just took my 6x6 piece of paper, and I wanted to be able to show you how to do this. Let me ink the edges so you can see how to do this if you didn't have one of these things. Because sometimes we can work with what we have, and we don't necessarily have to go out and buy the next big thing and have another thing to find somewhere to put. So I don't want to go purchase another one. I don't make enough envelopes. I had one, but it broke. I don't want to purchase another one. I can use that one if I want to make more regular size envelopes. This just doesn't, it just doesn't fit on here. So the 6x6, there's no way to like figure out how to center it up enough. I mean, you could probably get close, but I just, yeah, I wasn't sure. So instead, I just folded mine just like this. So I have a template here for you for all three of these sizes that we're going to do today. So you're going to need a 6x6 piece of paper, a 5x5 piece of paper, and a 4x4 piece of paper. So all I did was fold it in half and then make just a little mark like that to where I knew where to fold to. Now this is not exact by any stretch of the imagination, but then you can see that little fold in there, and then you're just gonna fold your piece to that line, and then you're gonna turn around and do the same thing for the other side, trying to keep those two even like that. And then you have your two sides, and then you can just fold your bottom up to where you want it to go. So you usually want it to be up above a little bit, but not too much. So you're just gonna eyeball it. So then you've got it folded like that. And then you can do the same with the top. You can fold it over as much as you would like to fold it, and then crease it like so. And then you're good to go. And then you're gonna take your scissors, and these spaces right here where it's overlapping, you're gonna cut those out, because this is just printer paper. But if you're using something more like, so you can see these triangles. Hold on, I'll show you. I'll ink them, and that way you can really see them. Let me fold it the opposite way. Okay, so you can see this section right here. We're gonna cut this section out. Once you start getting into thicker paper, you're gonna definitely need that cut out because it just makes it to where it's not quite so thick. And then you're gonna lap over a little bit better, just like a regular envelope. So then you're just going to glue these sections right here, and then you've got your envelope all ready to go. So let's make a few of these, and I'm gonna use my template, and you can either follow me with the template or you can do it just like this. So if you do have one of these boards where you can put creases in your paper, I'm just gonna cut off this part with a hole in it. I used my largest size, so the 6x6, and I used that as my first guide, and I drew a line here at 4 1/4 inches. I think I'm gonna do this black side, so this way, and then that way I could line up both of these, and then I don't have to put this crease in the middle here. So for the 6x6 page, you're going to put your top and your bottom on your 4 1/4, and then you're going to be right here at this edge, and then you're going to crease first at 2 1/8, and you're going to go straight down here. So you want two sides, these two sides at 2 1/8, and then you want your top and your bottom to be a little bit bigger. So you can use this same kind of method for any size envelope that you want. You're just going to have to figure out where you want this fold, this first fold, and then make your second fold a little bit bigger. So this pencil line helps me to keep this lined up, because otherwise you're going to be all wonky. So I'm going to go 2 1/8 here, and then I'm going to flip it around and do 2 1/8 again. And then we are going to turn it the other way and do 2 3/8, so that we have one that is a little bit bigger. And that is going to be the top and the bottom of our envelope. So 2 3/8, and we will crease. Okay, and then, so then we have our fold ends here, and you can bone fold and crease those a little bit more. And then you're going to fold up here. And then down here. And this just makes it easy. You don't have to have any type of special tool if you already have one of these boards. I got this cutting board, and it just had one in it, and so that worked out really, really well for me. These you can use one of these as well, and this thing's pretty cheap. I'll post a link below for both of these. This one's pretty cheap, and then it has this on hit the back here if you do ever want to use it, and it gives you the chart and everything, and it gives you your cards finished size and what size to start with, as well as the same for your envelope. So that it's really nice, and it's kind of cheap, and you don't have to pay for the more expensive one with hole punch and all of that on there. All right, so then we're just going to glue right along this side here. Oh wait, I forgot to cut out my little pieces. Let's cut those out real quick. This paper is a little bit thicker than that other, and you're going to have those lines right there for you to cut on. Don't make it too big, because then your envelope will look a little wonky. Like I just did it a second ago. Was it on this one? No. Oh yeah, so right here you can see like I cut a little bit too much on the inside of that line, and because I did, like I've got this little mark here, but that's okay. All right, so cut out all of these little notches. And then it will fold really well. All right, now we can glue it. Let me make sure I'm got the right way here. I don't know if that glue is still wet enough. We'll put a little bit more. This is the Art glitter glue. If you've been here for a while, you know I'm a fan. Okay, and then we have our first little envelope all ready to go. Now you can round these corners if you want to. I kind of like mine pointy like that, but whatever you want to do is good. So there is our first envelope. Then I will do a 5 by 5, and I'll show you those measurements for that one as well. They are 2.5 and 2 3/4. What size this is? Yep, perfectly 5. Okay. So we'll just trim this up at 5 inches. These as little squares just kind of turn out really cute. So I left this the same so that I didn't have to keep making marks on my thing here, and then just changed where my marks are going to go. So our first mark is going to go at 2.5, or our first fold. So 2.5 here, and turn it all the way around, and 2.5 again. And then for our top and our bottom, we're going to line it up again, and we're going to go 2 3/4. Just like so. And we're going to cut those out where we can fold it nicely. Gives us nice little cutting lines. And there we have our next little envelope. And then we can look at our snowman and decide what we want our, let's do it this way. Okay. You can do it the other way too if you want, so that, or you can use double-sided paper so that you have a design on the inside and on the outside. This is the side that you're going to see. So if that part makes a difference to you, then you're going to want to be really careful with that. And so then there is our next one. And for our last one, our measurements are 2 7/8 and 3 1/8. Let me find a piece of paper that I wanted. I think I'm going to use this black here. Do I want this one? Maybe we'll use the... I really want this paper, but I don't want to... Yeah, I'm going to use this one. Okay, so I need 4 inches by 4 inches for this one. I want the green, so I'm going to put this right here. And what did I say? 2 7/8 for our sides. And then 3 1/8 for our top and bottom. and then we cut and glue. And there we go. Sides here. I like this green, it's pretty. And fold our top down. Now, whenever you, got a little wonky. The top fold, for some reason, is crooked. Okay. Whenever you go to glue these together, you want to make sure that they are the correct size to fit into whatever you're putting them in. So for me, they're going to be inside a 4x6 card. So I want to make sure that they're going to fit in a 4x6 length. Whoa. Now, since my starting paper was 6, then they are definitely going to fit that direction, as long as I don't angle them too much. So you want to just kind of check from your furthest and make sure that they're not going to be more than 6, which even if I put this completely diagonal, it wouldn't be. So then when you're doing this, you want to make sure that you don't close up your gaps here. So you want to glue in places to where this is still going to open up and you're not going to have any issues there. I'm going to kind of look at the one that I already did because, okay. So this one I'm going to put kind of like this here, I think. So I'm just going to kind of squeeze a little bit of glue up underneath there to hold it down. And then I can glue it a little bit more firmly in a second. And then I'm going to take this little guy. Now it needs to be to where it's on this top flap here where it won't fold up. So then I'm going to put this one kind of right here and just put a little glue down there. Make sure it sticks. And then make sure everything's all right. So I can flip here, I can flip here. So you want to make sure that this doesn't get in the way. And then I can flip here. Okay, so then I'm just going to go through and glue everything down really well. And again, make sure you don't get it on the bottom part of that envelope and it's only on the top part because you don't want crazies to happen. All right, so now you can put things in this. So I'm going to be putting a lot of stickers and little journaling cards and all kind of stuff like that inside of these. You can also just put them in, I mean, you could even fit like an actual card inside there. I mean, it's just really cute. This would actually be cute. Like if you had an envelope that was big enough to fit this whole thing in there, and just this itself would make a really super cute little card. I just thought it was just such a neat idea. So then you can go in and maybe add some stickers or some sort of ephemera, little bows, little notes and stamps and just all kinds of stuff. Like it's just completely endless, all the different things that you can do with this. So if you create this, I would love to see what you have created. You can share that with us in the group at Growing Your Faith, one page at a time. You can also share it in Mustard Seed Faith, where I am at a lot. They do a lot of fun stuff this time of year, so you could definitely get plugged in over there. I'll put the links for both groups in the comments down below. I hope that you enjoyed this little tutorial. Make sure you check out my inspiration video that I got inspired by. Check that link out down below and watch her video. And thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.